Welcome back, Outlaws. On this episode, join us in the Outlaws garden, where we harvest our loofah gourds, just like this, process them, and turn them into a sponge that you can use in the shower or wash your dishes with. So stay tuned. This isn't a very impressive crop this year. We got started late in the season. These take about 120 to 150 days to fully mature. Even though we don't have the size we were looking for or the numbers, these will do for the purposes of this video. Today we're going to take a stroll through the fascinating history of a plant you probably have hanging in your shower, the loofah. So where does this tropical treasure come from? Believe it or not, the loofah, also known as the luffa, isn't a sea sponge, but a member of the cucumber family. Yeah, you heard that right, cucumbers. This little green wonder originally hails from the warm and humid regions of South and Southeast Asia. It's also related to pumpkins. People in these tropical areas have been using loofahs for centuries, not just for scrubbing down in the shower, but also for creating sustainable and eco-friendly household items, like mats and even filters. Talk about multitasking, right? Over time, loofah farming spread around the globe, and now they're grown in many parts of the world, including right here in the good old US of A. Farmers in sunny Southern California have even started growing them. Thanks to our Mediterranean climate, it's perfect for giving the loofahs that lush and fibrous texture that we all love. We're fortunate enough to live in a climate where we can let these dry and cure on the vine. A good indicator when they're ready is they have this brown tint to them, and you can shake them and hear the seeds inside. If you live in a climate where you get a lot more moisture, like rain or fog, and you get frost, you may want to pick them when they're green and do the same process. You go ahead and get the skin off and then stick them in a nice place so that they can cure and dry. So the next time you pick up your loofah, remember you're holding a piece of history that traveled from the steamy jungles of Asia to the sun-kissed fields of California and all parts in between. And whether you're exfoliating or just appreciating its eco-friendly vibe, loofahs are a great reminder of how connected we are to the natural world. Loofahs are incredibly versatile and have uses beyond just exfoliating your skin. Here are a few other ways you can use the loofah. You can use these eco-friendly sponges for household cleaning. Loofahs make excellent natural scrubbers for cleaning dishes, sinks, and countertops. They can effectively remove grime without scratching surfaces. You can even wash your vegetables with them. Loofah fibers can be used in various craft projects, like making ornaments, eco-friendly gift wraps, and natural art pieces. In gardening, loofah slices can be used as mulch or natural plant protectors. They help retain moisture in the soil and protect plants from pests. You can cut loofahs into thin slices and use them as soap holders. This helps keep your soap dry and makes it last longer. Loofahs are safe and fun for your pets also. You can create chew toys for dogs or climbing structures for birds and small animals. When they're worn out, loofahs can be composted. They're biodegradable and break down naturally in your compost pile. Dried loofah gourds can be used as natural decorations also. They add a rustic touch to the home and can be painted or customized to fit your style. These eco-friendly sponges are a great example of how versatile and sustainable natural materials can be. I call this the escape hatch for the seeds. I'll explain a little bit about this right now. All right, let's talk a little bit about this end that I had shown earlier. How this grows is it hangs from the vine like this, and during the course of the day, it will expand as the sun hits this. And during the night it will contract. After a few cycles of doing that, when the sun warms it up the next day, it expands and this end will pop off. just like that. And so because it's growing like this, that makes it easy to disperse the seeds out the bottom. So when the wind blows, the seeds will fall out and disperse, making it easier for this to grow again. Now that we have this end off, sometimes the seeds are stuck in there. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and do this. You can hear them breaking up right now, loosening up in there. Keep doing that all the way up and down for a little bit. One just flew out. And then you should be able to turn it over and the seeds will pour right out. Just like that. So you keep doing that. And as you can see, there's a lot of seeds in there. So when this is swinging around, after this pops off on its own, then the seeds disperse just like this in the ground. So you want to keep doing that. Just like that. Keep going. Get a few more. Get as many of them out as you can, because it'll make it easier when you go to peel the skin off. Sounds like we got most of them out. There's always going to be a few stuck in here, but we'll get those out in a minute. As you can see, there's a lot of seeds that came out of that one small little loofah. So you'll always have plenty to plant later in the next season. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and crack this and go ahead and peel this out so we can get the sponge out. Should come off fairly easy. Just start peeling it like this. If you can get like an end and pull it like that, that'll make it easy to open up as well. If you're experiencing difficulty in getting the skin off, go ahead and soak it in a little water for a while. That'll help remove the skin. Some of these can be stuck on pretty hard, so you just have to be patient. And if you get the right seam there, you can go ahead and peel it off. Get all these little bits off here. I'll go ahead and get the rest of these peeled up, expose the sponges, and then we'll go in and give them a quick rinse and see what they look like. I also like to save all these skins and compost them for the garden. So we just go ahead and toss them in there and reuse them in the garden. When processing these, I also don't peel them and shake all the seeds out. I go ahead and have my container right below, and the seeds fall right into it, so they're not flying all over the place and you don't have to spend a lot of time picking them up. Now that we've got all the skins off and we've got all the seeds out, we collected them here, we're going to have plenty for our next season. We're going to go ahead and look at each one. Some of them have some blemishes on them, but a lot of this is going to clean up after we soak them. This one had the vine growing around here, so it kind of got choked off, but you could see how this one's discolored a little bit. We're going to go ahead and place them in some warm water, rinse them several times, and give them a good soak. At this point, now that we've had our sink filled up, another option is to add a little bleach to the water. What this will do is this will disinfect the sponges, and it will also remove some of the discoloration like you see here on this sponge here, especially if you want to give it as a gift or something. So let's go ahead and toss these all in, and we'll give them a good soak and a rinsing next. Sometimes you're going to find a few seeds that are stuck in there. These aren't fully formed and they easily work out. So go ahead and let these soak for a while, and then we're going to come back and we're going to go ahead and scrub them and get all the little loose bits and pieces out. All right, now that these have been soaking for a few hours, you can see all this stuff that's come out of them. There's still a few stains on there, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and drain this, and we'll give them a final rinse, and then we'll put them out to dry for about 24 hours, and then we'll check back in. Now that it's the next day, and a very windy day I might add, these sponges are ready to use. They're all dried out and ready to go. Now that we're ending the video, I wanted to point out that this isn't necessarily the best option for people with sensitive skin or skin conditions, because it is rather abrasive. Also, after using it for a while, skin cells can build up in here, which can cause bacteria growth, but that's not a big deal. All you have to do is soak it in some vinegar and then put it in your dishwasher. If you don't have a dishwasher, go ahead and put it in the sink with some hot water and rinse it out. After about 3 months of use, go ahead and retire these after they've seen their useful lifespan. And don't just throw them out. Put them in your compost. That way you can continue to benefit from your loofah. I hope you found the information in this video useful. Whether you're going to try to grow loofah for yourself or just grow anything, just plant it. And as always, thanks for watching.
Good boy.